2018 F-150 wheel bearing replacement. First thing we're going to do is we're going to jack up the side we're working on and then take the tire off with a 22 millimeter impact socket. And just a trick, if your lug nuts are sticking to your socket when you're taking it off, you can spray just a little bit of WD-40. If I can get this socket back on. You can then hopefully, then they come off. Before they were sticking to the socket and I'd have to take it off and beat it, but a little bit of WD-40 make sure they come off. Next, you're gonna want to take your caliper off. It's easier. We're gonna have to hang it up here by the strut assembly so it's out of our way. But to give us a little bit more length on our brake line, we're gonna just take out this 10 millimeter bracket, and that'll let us loosen our brake line so we can hang it up properly. And the caliper is just hung on with two 21 millimeter bolts on the back. Also, while you're here, you might as well take off this 8 millimeter bracket that's holding our ABS wire here, because the ABS wire comes off with the hub assembly. So take that off while we're here too. Now you can turn the wheel if you need to, but it's really nice to have a impact with the wobble on it. So you can just fit it in on there and take it to town. And just like that, I've wired our caliper out of the way, making sure I don't kink the hose. Now we're gonna have to take off this rotor. And when they're rusted on like this, sometimes you just have to hit them with the hammer as hard as you can. Make sure you use a dead blow hammer for this. But this rotor's never been off. There we go. So that's all you do to get the rotor off. Now, we're looking at the hub. We're gonna have to take this dust cover off with a pry bar and hammer probably. Be careful not to dent it or damage it so you can reuse it. It's a little bit easier if you loosen these 8 millimeter dust shield bolts. I don't take it all the way off because I can fish it around. And then we'll have to go underneath the hood to unplug the ABS sensor. So we'll get there. Underneath that dust cover is a 13 millimeter axle nut right there. So we're just going to take our pry bar to hold against these lugs so we can actually turn it without it spinning and take it off. Now underneath the hood we gotta get that ABS wire unplugged. And right next to the air box here, we look down next to all these wiring harnesses, and this brown one with the red safety clip is our ABS sensor. So you just pull that clip out and then pinch the connector out. Once you get it unplugged at top, you can just go through and we can pull this our ABS wire, and we can just pull these Christmas trees out. They can be a little tough, but you can just rip them out because the new one comes with them. You got one right there and one right here. You can just pull them out. And then we can start unbolting the 4 18 millimeters bolts that are on the back of this hub assembly. Now I got my ABS wire all the way off. Similar setup here. Take our socket and impact on the wobble and just let it rip. One, two, then This side might be a little trickier, but there's two behind. Yeah, see, there's one. And then here's another one behind this casting. That will get ripped out. Those last two bolts, I had to turn the truck to the left. As you can see, our hub assembly is already starting to split. And so this is when I grabbed just a pry bar and started prying it off, and it should just slip right out. So it pulled right out. And from here, we do everything in almost reverse order. I'm gonna clean up some of the grease and dirt that got in here. Usually they're pretty clean because the Ford's put a good O-ring on the hub. And then on the new one, you're gonna wanna grease these splines where the four-wheel drive engages. And then from there, you do everything in reverse order. The only critical torque spec, I think, is you wanna do 30 foot-pounds on this axle nut. And it all just comes back together. And that's essentially all you have to do to get your wheel bearings replaced on these F-150s. Thanks for watching.